Supreme Master Ching Hai, we're so happy to have your presence here today. Please share a few words for us.
Hello? Oh, is that Eric?
It's Eric Roberts.
Oh, wow. Wow, what an honor.
Oh, thank you.
I'm your fan. How is your sister doing?
She's wonderful. Thanks for asking.
Wow. And how many babies Julia has now?
She has 3, 2 twins, and an extra.
Wow. Wow, wow. Congratulations to her.
I will pass it on to her. Thank you.
Beautiful. How are you? How about you? Tell me.
I'm as happy as a man can be. I have a wonderful wife. I have a wonderful daughter. I have 2 wonderful sisters, and I know you.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for coming. Thank you for honoring us this way.
All my love and respect. Supreme Master Ching Hai.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Hello, Supreme Master Ching Hai. This is Lisa Bloom and John Sally.
Hi. Hi, all the loving people. I'm so glad to have the opportunity to talk to you. How's everybody? I guess you all right, enjoying a good time, huh? Where I am right now, we don't have a high tech, so I can only phone you, but you cannot see my face. But I think you all know what I look like. It's still the same like you saw me last. Anyway, at least I can phone you, right? Imagine some far remote decades ago, we cannot even do this. Yeah, contacting each other in this way was a wild dream. And now it's a common thing, daily life practice. Just pick up the phone and call anybody, no matter how far away. In the future, if humans acting more in a loving kindness as the children of God would do, then we will be able to develop more incredible technology that we could not imagine right now. So in order to make up for this, you're welcome to ask me any question you want, either on the spot or you can write it down and give it to my people, and I will surely answer you personally. Thank you for coming, and I really hope you have a good time. You do, right?
Yes.
Well, Supreme Master Ching Hai, I find it fascinating that you have been all over the world to give lectures of all kind of topics, like peace, and the concert today called Gifting Peace. And some of us have been talking, peace is something that everyone talks about, but how do we really have a peaceful world? So we were wondering today if we would be honored with a chance to interact a little bit if I ask you that question. How do we get peace for this world?
Oh, all right, love. I will try. This is like asking for the moon, isn't it? Yes. We have to hope for peace. We have to work for it. There's no other choices, because if we don't, then you can see already the consequences. Yeah?
Yes.
Yes. It's like a chain effect even. It's like a domino effect, and so much suffering already. But I think we are having like a glimpse of hope about peace. It seems like that way, don't you think?
Yes, I agree with you.
How do we stop war, huh? Okay. It only stops when all of us contribute to peace in our action, speech, and thought. And of course, we have to also advise our government that peace is the only thing we want. And we do not want war at all. Because deep down in our heart, everyone just love peace, so that they can go around in their business, and the actors can have peace of mind and time to entertain people, and the husband will be staying home to love his wife, and the father would be there for the children. I don't know why we ever even think of war at all. Because from all we know, since time immemorial, war has not brought much happiness or any good things to humankind. Yes. So we should have learned from the history, and we should never start the war in any case. All right, that's how we do it. Just don't start a war. Don't start at all.
Master Ching Hai, I have a question for you on a little bit different subject. And this is Lisa Bloom. I work in American television frequently, and often the messages are negative and they're on topics that are not important. And I'm so impressed that your network focuses on positive, inspirational, constructive stories. Why did you choose to do that? Why did you choose to focus your network on the positive and constructive stories?
Oh, I see. Huh? Because that's what people want, no? And not too many people do it, so someone has to do it. If I didn't do it, maybe you would have done it. And we have to do some positive, constructive news so that we can bring as much as possible positive energy into the world to counter the dark energy that we are having all over. Dark energy, negative thinking, negative feeling, negative talk, negative event is what contributes to bad energy. And that's why we have war, we have disaster, we have all kind of trouble in the world. So we have to do something to counter it. We must do what we can. Yeah, that's what. Okay, we have to contribute something better for the world. Instead of just sitting here, and I would sit here and tell everybody, oh, it's all negative, and then we do some positive instead. That's what it is. Are you happy?
I am. I'm very impressed that you've been able to launch an entire network that focuses on positive, constructive stories and things that are important, like climate change. And along that line, if you don't mind my asking you a question. Master Ching Hai, why is it that so much of your network focuses on animal and vegetarian issues? Why is that important to you?
Okay, like this, darling. Our planet has been going not into a very positive direction for a long, long time now. And we have been killing too many animals and making them suffer. Not just killing, but torturing and making them untold suffering. And if anyone see all this truth behind that piece of meat or behind some cosmetic product, we will just cannot bear. We just cannot bear. And I cry so much over the animal suffering. And I just had to do something. I just had to do something in order to rescue the animals and hence rescue us, the humans. Because if we continue this way, if we continue in our violent and abusive manner to a less defensive beings, then the disaster will be upon us. And that's why we're having a lot of trouble right now. And even we can see it with the naked eyes. There's no need to talk about bad karma or retribution or heaven blessing or hell punishment, nothing. We can see already everywhere because of the raising of the animals for meat. And that's why we're short of water, we're short of food. We are bringing our planet into a climate emergency right now. And that's why we have to change this. We must change it in order to save ourselves. Even not to talk about the animals. We have to save our planet for us, for the children. And that's why we're doing this. First of all, because of love. Second, because we have to save the planet in this emergency situation. Thank you for your question.
Is there anyone else that has a question?
Yeah, I was wondering if you could talk briefly about why you feel it's important to be loving and kind.
Yes, sure. Because that will bring luck and happiness into our lives, and that will bring peace into the world. Because loving kindness is our nature, and anything we do against this, against our own nature, will bring trouble to us, will bring disaster into the world. And we can see evidences everywhere. Okay, we often heard that God is love, yes. Okay, we can say also God is kind, fine. God is love, God is kindness. So because we are God. We are the children of God. Therefore, we are God. Even though some of us don't know it, but we are God. So in any case, if we want to be God-like or near God, nearer to Godhood, we must be loving and kind because we are nearer to the God quality. And why we have to be nearer to God quality? Because love is the principle of the universe, is the building block to anything that exists now or in the future. If we are full of love, then we are more near to God. The more love, the nearer to God we are, the more protected we are. Because God is mighty. And if we are nearer to God, then we are more mighty. And mightier, mightier as we go on, more loving and kinder. And if we are less God-like, then we are in trouble. We are subject to more suffering, more lower quality of intelligence and compassion and anything else that you do not like to have. If we have love, that means we are nearer to God, or we are in control of our God quality. Then everywhere we go, we bless people and we protect ourselves, and all the good things will come our way. That's why we have to be loving and kind, not just because it benefits others, but first of all, it will benefit ourselves. Because if we are God, then we are protected, and we are the blessing. Because we are in this very dense energy, and if we are not God-like, then we will fall into the other side of nature, the negative side, and then we will suffer so much. It's an abstract kind of concept. It's not easy to explain, but I hope you are happy with my answer.
Yes.
Very much so.
All right, thank you.
I think we have one more question, or two more questions.
All right, love.
Hello, Supreme Master Shanghai. This is Spice Williams Crosby, and thank you so much. Thank you.
Hello, Angel.
Thank you so much for being here with us, and even over the phone, we can feel your love and your spiritual energy, so thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Supreme Master Shanghai, I've been asked this question, but I would really like to hear you answer it. For you teach meditation as a way of peace, that is, through inner peace. And many people agree that meditation is good. It's a good thing. But why is it important to meditate on the light and sound, which is what you teach? Can it be any other method?
Okay. Any method of meditation, if it's based on loving and kindness, yes, and the yearning to know God, sooner or later, mostly will lead us to the light and the sound, which is the original energy of God, which is within ourselves. And the more we have this light and this sound within us, the more we connect with it, the more we are connected with ourselves or with God's selves. You see what I mean? Yeah?
Yes.
And the light and the sound method that I have the honor to transmit to people is the most direct way. That's why. That's why it's better. It's quicker. For example, you could talk to my people at Supreme Master Television and ask how I am and maybe delegate a question to them and then they can ask me for you. But right now you are asking me directly, you see?
Yes.
So, yes. So the light and sound so-called method is like that. Many people meditate the whole lifetime or many, many long years and having ascetic lifestyle and doing all kind of penance. And then now and then they might be able to have a glimpse of light, means a God self, or listen or hear the music of the sphere. That means God also manifested in that. But the Kuan method, for example, the moment you want initiation, the moment you sit down with me or one of my representatives, you enter into the light and the sound immediately. You see what I mean? And that's why I emphasize that. Otherwise, if any method would lead you to the light and sound, the sooner the better, then it's also all right. It doesn't have to be Kuan Yin method. It doesn't have to be the light and the sound method, but it's just quicker. It's just more direct, that's all. Because it's the word of God that will teach us directly. The sound is the words of God, it's the teaching of God, which is melodious, which we can hear inside. And the light we can see with the inner vision. These are the two manifestations of God. The highest frequency, the highest form of God manifestation that we could realize inside. And that essence is God, and that essence is also within us because we are part of God, we're the children of God. And if we don't have these things, if we are not awakening them, then we are less than God, and maybe we are nothing. And we just exist, and then we are à la merci of the negative power in this world. And then we will suffer a lot now and hereafter as well. That's why we must make the connection with ourselves, with God, the sooner the better. You know, to be able to be strong, to be mighty, to be ourselves again. That's what it is.
Thank you. Supreme Master Ching Hai, I appreciate your love for animals. As a Native American, they're very close to me. But in this case, yes. I have a question about a recent human rights incident.
All right, Les.
A woman of age 43 was accused of adultery and now faces the punishment by law of being stoned to death. The Brazilian president has asked for her asylum in Brazil. Supreme Master, yes. What is your opinion of this?
Oh, God, oh dear. I have also heard something like that on TV, and it's really a very heartbreaking story. I joined the president of Brazil to beg for her life, and we all joined to beg the government of Iran give her a second chance to life. Because if you ask my opinion is forgiveness. Yes. Because God is love and forgiveness. When Jesus was challenged about a person in his lifetime who also so-called committed adultery, and people want to stone her to death as well. Do you remember that story in the Bible?
Yes, we do.
We remember.
Okay, you remember. Okay, fine. And what did Jesus say?
That he who is without sin cast the first stone.
Yes. Let the one who doesn't sin at all ever cast the first stone. Who in the human race doesn't commit some mistakes, some so-called sin sometimes. But in my opinion, adultery is a mistake that any of the human can sometimes commit, you see. But in my opinion, it's not a grave sin. It's just a betrayal of trust between two people in private. It's not an act against a nation or against country security or anything that merit too much, like a death penalty. Suppose that woman is in love. We sometimes are, and she can't help it. You cannot punish, you cannot give a woman death penalty for being in love. Maybe she has been arranged to marry this man, this husband, and she wasn't in love with the husband. Maybe she was too young, she was not in love, she just married like everybody else. Maybe she is not happy in her marriage. Maybe this man was her love before. Or maybe they are destined to meet and love each other in this lifetime. Only God knows why it happened. So, in my humble opinion, we should never punish this woman or anyone who commits adultery, because it's just a mistake and can change. It can happen to anyone at any time, even into old age. And you cannot tell your heart what to do. Okay, And if it's just a fleeting affair, then it might not even last. It might be for maybe for a few weeks or a few days even. Who knows? Maybe she's not happy in her marriage. Or it could be the husband also has some share in the failing marriage. And there's one more thing, very important, is that even for any graver sin, so-called sin, like a crime, there is always a doubt whether it has been truly committed or it has been wrongly accused. So in many countries right now, the death penalty has been abolished. I hope the whole world soon will do that. Yeah, let's hope so, eh? Okay.
Yes.
Because once we kill somebody, we cannot make her alive again. So we better always take a chance to wait to check all the proof, if even suspected. Because there was one man in America recently on the news that he walked out of prison after 27 years because finally he has been proved innocent. You remember? Just recently, yes. Last week or something. 27 years long in prison for nothing, for the crime he never committed. So who knows? We should always give the suspected a chance, in case it is wrong. Or another case is to give them a second chance, to change, to redeem their sin, if that was really a sin that they have committed. Don't you think so, all of you?
Yes.
Give people a chance.
Yes, we do. We do.
Hello, hi, my name is Brian Lucas. I'm also a raw vegan chef. I go by the name of Chef Be Live.
Wow. Thank you for coming, Chef.
Thank you for having me. My question is, basically, I'm a gourmet raw living vegan chef, and I know that you're really big on the vegan foods and cuisine. And many years ago, I had a vision that I would be one of the ones to bring gourmet, raw living vegan food to the masses. And since you are bringing the vegan awareness to the world in such a way, I just am asking if you have any advice with how us fellow raw foodists, raw vegans, can bring our consciousness to the world. How can we spread raw vegan consciousness, living foods? Because every different country is different, and I know that you're across the oceans, and I'm here in America. I've only experienced it here, so I just want to have your opinion, please. Your advice.
Okay, raw is definitely good. Raw vegan, organic vegan is definitely good for people's health and is lighter for the mind. Yeah. It's just that it's not so easy to bring this concept into the world as fast as you would like to make it. Yeah. I am also sorry that you have been trying hard and the result is not as fast as you want, right?
It's all divine. I don't have any time frame on it myself. I just do what I can.
I see. Well, we just try to bring it on TV, on the radio, on the media, mainstream, and then people will accept it slowly, because anything new takes time. We also have a raw vegan on our television. Yes, I have asked them to show it. But people are different. And I tell you honestly, I would be very happy if people become just vegan first. And then we will bring them into raw later. How about that?
Great. Thank you so much.
You try your best, I try my best. And whoever listen to us, then we thank God.
We have one more question from Patrick Kilpatrick, great actor, director. And he's bald like me.
We have a star-studded party today, huh?
My baldness is my own free will. I shave it.
All right, Patrick.
Supreme Master. These are two not light questions. One, I think we can all embrace your message of love and kindness and forgiveness, but In the case of violence and war, when we say it never has a place, what would your thoughts be on, say, the American Revolution or the American Civil War or World War II? Is it truly nothing good has come out of these situations, and don't these rights, even in the vegan world, have to be defended sometimes in the most extreme circumstances?
Okay. I understand you, and I understand the Americans, as well as I understand everyone else who have chosen to think that maybe a strong measure is necessary to defend something, right?
Yes.
I understand.
I really wanted to know your thoughts about it.
But the thing is, I would never agree to violence. It doesn't matter what circumstances. Suppose people come here and want to take my life, for example, and I have no other choice at all, and I just let them, because I will have other life. I would try to reason to these people, but if I cannot win, then I don't have any other choice except to let them. The best is that we let God take care, because we will have many lives. And because violence will make it worse only, yes? Deep down in our heart, we are all love and all peace. And if anything we do against this principle within our heart, within our nature, will bring only trouble and suffering consequences to us, even though it might look in some moments or in that present time that we are winning, that we are bringing situation under control. But the law of the universe has it otherwise. In the long run, we will have to pay for whatever we do that is not according to the universal principle. Sometimes we resort to violence or war, and we think that will bring the civilization one step forward, but it's not. In fact, we bring the civilization, the evolution backward. If we have the eye to see the working of the law of retribution in the universe, we would never want to fight. The problem is everybody do it. It comes from love, contradictory. But for example, if somebody wage war against America, for example, because he loves his country, or he thinks he loves his religion, or he loves his friend, who might have been killed by Americans somehow. You see, but this kind of love is not enough. It's not according with the universal love. In the universe, everything will take care of itself in time, if we just let it, and if we adhere to the principle of love, meaning that we will not cause harm to anyone, even in self-defense. Even in self-defense, for example, if one country wage war against another, and then because we think it's unjust, we also counterattack the other country, even though we had the right, even though we were the victims, still we have to pay for that. Because we forget, whenever we make war with someone, then that moment we forget the principle of love. We forget ourselves. We cut a part of love away from ourselves. That means we are less God than the day before we took the violent act and killed somebody or to make war. So the less the God we are, the more we be into trouble, and we are degrading ourselves into the lesser and lesser degree of consciousness. Now, for example, right now, suppose you are on the 4th level of spiritual consciousness, and if you kill somebody, because we are already on the 4th only and not the higher level, and then we make war with somebody, we kill someone, then we are lesser than the 4th, we're probably 3.5 or something, and then because that person get angry with us, or maybe his relatives and friends will come and revenge for him, and then we are obliged to kill again. And then we degrade ourselves further because we cut a big chunk of love out of our existence. That means we are less and less and less God-like now. And for the less godlike, she cannot mix with the more godlike person, cannot be one with God because he's not complete. So he has to go down in the lower scale of evolution. And that's why we must always forgive, must always love thy enemy. Everybody read that, but nobody think of practicing. I know it's hard, but that's the only way we can become a higher being and become closer and closer to God.
So it's just by a natural course. What you're saying is tyranny would dissipate itself if you just infused it with love.
Yes, sir. And even if we lose this body, we will have another. Because in the house of my Father, there are many mansions. Why do we worry so much about this physical body or even this physical existence here when we have a real home waiting for us? And of course, it's difficult to do than to say it. But if we are enlightened, if we truly can see the home of heavens while being alive during meditation, then we will not fear of losing anything. That's why the Bible says whoever loves life will lose it. Life means the physical existence here. And the true home is for us elsewhere in heaven. And even if we don't go to heaven yet, and we lose the war or we don't fight, even if we lose this body, we can be reborn again into a different planet. There are plenty of planets in the universe for us to choose. To lose a body is just like to lose a shirt, yes, or to change it into a different outfit, sometimes even better. If we all know this, we will not fear and we will not fight. I don't make it so clear, do I?
Very clear.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Supreme
you.
Master Ching Hai.
The thing is, my love, when I'm alone and I meditate, everything is very clear to me inside. But when I bring it into this frigid and cold language of the human world, it's a little bit difficult for me to express.
No, you've expressed yourself beautifully today, Supreme Master Ching Hai. On behalf of everyone here, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today, to answer the questions, and to share your beautiful insights with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, love. I thank you. I have to thank you. I have to thank you, all of you, so much for your precious time and happy presence. It's very good of you to forsake even Sunday barbecue to come and grace this event. And by the way, it's a very wise decision. You know, the food there is good, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we're eating very well. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you
and
so
you
much.
will get VIP treatment, and you get to meet nice, famous, good-looking people.
Like John.
Yes. And this food is delicious.
Yes, it
thank
is.
you for spreading peace by your actions every day in your life. Bless you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And now I'd like to invite to the stage the Honorable Mike Davis, California State Assembly member for the 48th Assembly District.
And on behalf of President Barack Obama, he will present the U.S. President's Volunteer Service Award to Supreme Master Ching Hai.
Thank you for coming, Mr. Davis.
Thank you for inviting
me.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Wow, what an honor for us. Thank you so much.
Today, it is a privilege for me to present this award to Supreme Master Ching Hai. As the state legislator who was the first to endorse Barack Obama for president, the first legislator in California, it is certainly an honor for me to be here today to make this presentation. Our President, Barack Obama, has recognized Supreme Master Ching Hai for her dedicated years of service and humanitarian efforts. To date, she has donated more than $20 million in charity and relief efforts around the world over the past 2 decades. On behalf of President Obama, I would like to now read a part of his letter to Supreme Master Ching Hai. To Supreme Master Ching Hai, congratulations on receiving the President's Volunteer Service Award, and thank you for helping to address the most pressing needs in your community and our country. Your volunteer service demonstrates the kind of commitment to your community that moves America a step closer to its great promise. Thank you for your devotion to service and for doing all you can to shape a better tomorrow for our great nation. And it's signed, Barack Obama, President of the greatest nation on earth, United States of America. Thank you.
Noble friends, including Mr. Davis and the government of America, we can never thank you enough for all your kindness and valuable support now and always. I can only say that I pray heaven to bless you, your country, and all the person you love, and all the ideals that you cherish. Everything will be good for you. And thank you for honoring us today. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, the government of America. And thank you, Mr. Davis. Thank you all for all this honor. May God bless you. God bless America.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, thank you again so much for spending the time with us today.
No, I'm honored to be with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And God
Thank
bless
you.
all of you. Goodbye also, Mr. David. Goodbye, John, Saleh. Goodbye, Lisa, Bloom. Bye, Eric.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
And have a good time, please. Thank you. Please have a great time. God bless you and your family and friends. See you. Ciao.
And you as well. Everyone says goodbye. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.